Hey peeps, Shay with Untitled Chapter, and today we're going to do lower back health, probably part 1, because there's so much stuff we could do, right? So, where you're going to begin, on the ground, and the whole thing's on the ground, take your time getting down, and if you want, you might grab a little bit of a pillow to support your head. If you know that you stand like this with your head forward, so like text neck or whatever, pillow might be a good idea so you don't feel like you're being intubated when you're on the ground. Also, if you have a little band like this, could be helpful, not required. So, we're going to have you get down slower than I just did, and lay on your back. So, you want that little pillow, get it set up, and then if you do have the band, you're just going to slide it under, so like the space between your little ribs in the back and your upper hip bone, right in here, your transverse abdominis lives there and helps wrap around. It's kind of like our inner corset muscles. Super important for breathing, and usually when we have lower back pain or tightness or anything, those muscles are kind of unable to work to the best of their ability because they're a little compressed or shortened or twisted or whatever, right? So we're going to take this little band and pull it up just so you have a little bit of resistance. It's almost like someone's poking you in your hips. And if you don't have the band, you can just poke yourself in your hips and try to breathe against the poke. So you're going to push your tongue to the roof of your mouth and have your tension, so whether it's a band or a little thumb poke, and you're going to breathe in through your nose as long as you possibly can. Hold a little bit, and then exhale. Think about pushing your belly button to your spine as you breathe out. So your spine and your column is going to get denser as you breathe out. And you can breathe out through your nose or your mouth. Maybe try both. But inhale through your nose with your tongue pushing up. And then exhale. And so the breathing with your tongue on the roof of your mouth helps engage the muscles that we're trying to expand, right? So it helps engage your TVA. Also, breathing in through your nose allows your little nose cyclones up inside your nostrils to get the temperature of the air better for your brain. So it also helps calm your nervous system and makes you absorb more of the oxygen. So 6 to 10 breaths there. Next, we're going to have you do alternating single leg knee tuck breathing. So everything is a breathing thing on this, right? It's super important. We did the first one to help kind of expand your lower back and like kind of your trunk in general. This one, we're going to be allowing you to kind of reset muscles in there. So you're going to lay on the ground, pillow or no pillow, and then I'm going to have my right foot grounded first. So my right whole foot is kind of like a suction cup to the ground, almost as if I'm about to do a glute bridge, but that comes later. So right foot pushes down. I feel my glute on my right side. I feel my obliques and my abs kind of turn on. And then I'm going to slowly lift this leg up. Exhale to squeeze in. So again, that belly button getting closer to spine, creating more room. And then inhale to lower. Ground that foot. Exhale to bring this one up. So if you feel pinching in your hip, you can stay a little bit lower out of it. You can bring your knee slightly off center, or if you want to be fancy and if the pinching is something you can work with or through, you're going to bring that up. Think about obliques in. So sometimes on my left side I feel pinching and I'll kind of like pull my fascia towards my belly button. So I try to pull my hip towards my center line, and that can sometimes help with hip pain. But here, you're going to pull this knee back and try and push that knee forward and create a little bit of resistance, and then lower it down. So inhale, exhale, lift the other leg up, create a little bit of resistance. So I'm pulling my knee back and pushing it forward and lowering down. So that is your alternating single leg knee tuck breathing. So next, after we've done a little bit of ab stuff, we're going to do self-resisted ham flossing. So, or hamstring flossing if you want to use the actual words. Same grounding feeling as before, right? So I'm going to ground my left foot down this time and feel my abs engaged, feel my butt engaged a little bit. I'm going to bring my right leg up, and I'm trying to get my right heel as high as it possibly can, right? So think about toes kind of spread, but heel point or calcaneus is a little spike that's trying to be the tallest thing. So even though my leg is not straight, I still feel a hamstring stretch because I'm lengthening my posterior chain. So, anatomy trains wise, your superficial back line runs from the bottoms of your toes through your plantar fascia, up through Achilles, all the way up the back of your calf, all the way wrapping around to our third eye point, which is kind of crazy, right? So how you get into this position matters. Think about reaching that heel forward, and then the self-resisted part, once you're in this position, you can wrap a towel around, or you can grab the back of your leg, depending on how your hamstring mobility is. And keeping my heel pointed up, I'm going to pull back on my leg with my arms, and I'm going to lever my leg forward against that resistance I create, okay? So it's not going to look like a ton, but I'm holding and relax. And then hold and relax. So meanwhile, while I'm doing all of this, I'm kind of pushing my lower back and my TVA, so where you had this band earlier, into the ground as I create that tension. So I'm not arching my back as I do it, right? Because that's not going to help us with anything. So keep your trunk engaged as you do that. You'll do both on each side. Think about breathing as you do it. So take a big breath in, and then exhale, create tension. Inhale to relax. Exhale to create tension. So they will probably be a little different on each side. If you notice that they're super different and you want to know a little bit more of why, let me know. So once we've done all that stuff, we've done our TVA breathing to loosen everything up. We've done our alternating knee tuck breathing to help engage our abs. We've worked on our hamstrings to make sure that our lower back isn't tight and tilted forward. Now we're going to do glute bridges to keep that going. So I'm going to remove the pillow for bridges because I want to, but you do you. And then feet are going to be behind your sit bones, parallel to each other, so toes pointing forward. Think about opening your chest. It's kind of like you're doing a wide row back, so your shoulder blades kind of pull back. Make sure your ribs don't flare up like that, so push your lower ribs down to the ground. Feel pretty solid here. And then I like having my hands open because if I push my palms down to the ground, and if a lot of people do this, their shoulders kind of come forward like that, and we're trying to keep your heart open. So this is where I'm at. Try it out. See if you can feel your whole feet on the ground. So like whole foot connects to the ground. Then think about kind of lifting your pelvic floor muscles, or act like you're trying to hold pee and farts in. So that's what's going to help engage your lower ab muscle. That's where the movement's going to start. So your tailbone kind of peels up. You lift up. Think about getting a stretch in your hips. So tailbone is kind of tucking under like this. Front body super, super long. And then you're going to inhale to lower. So when you're at the bottom, you'll take a big breath out. And then inhale to lift back up. Biggest breath in you can. If you feel it in your lower back, come down a little bit. Really think about tucking your tailbone under. Think about pushing your knees forward in space and reaching your head back, so you're creating that distance in your spine. And then lowering back down. So all of this is to try and get your pelvis and your lower back to feel a little bit better. Do as many rounds as you need to. The numbers on here that we said, so like everything is like 6 to 10. Those are suggestions. So if you need more, do more. If you want to do this for a couple rounds, that's great. If you notice that one side needs a little bit more attention, because this isn't an only strength thing, go ahead and do a few extra on the side that needs it, because that's how it's going to get better, right? So let me know if you need me. I hope this helps your back feel healthier, and I will talk to y'all soon. See ya.